Goddamn. If the light wasn't ruining this camera shot, you would see just how awesome my new setup is. I don't know why I didn't think to just do that. Dude, look at this. This is awesome. This is so much better. I'm gonna really prefer filming like this, man. So yeah, getting better by the day. The microphone's on the way, and it is 11:19 at night. I really just was almost about to not post a video today, but we got to stay on that YouTube grind. Today I wanted to show you Khan Academy. I've been on here. I basically haven't been to school since I was like 12. I did not go to middle school very often. I did not show up to high school, and it's weird because I was like tested as intellectually gifted. I was tested as somebody who's more than capable of doing these things. I just said, screw that, I want to go goof off. So I never finished any of this stuff, but I'm doing trigonometry right now. I didn't even know that inverse trig functions were a thing, but like, it's not complicated. I've spent an hour last night and an hour tonight, and we're already up to 73% on that first unit there. We'll finish that tomorrow, and we're just gonna keep going. Honestly, it'll only take like a month at this rate. I mean, maybe calculus will take longer. Maybe these college courses will take longer, but I don't know, like, it's really easy. I just never really applied myself. And for the longest time when I did try to apply myself, I would just go to ChatGPT and be like, what's an integral? And turns out that, you know, solving problems is the best way to learn. So huge shout out to Khan Academy, and I've also been taking the Harvard CS50 courses that I talked about. I took another half of the week 1 lecture today. It is a lot of information, but oh my god, it is, it's not like complicated. None of these university things are complicated. I just never got around to it. I was just so convinced that I was gonna, you know, get rich and famous off of YouTube, and I never put in the actual work required. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun right now. I think, you know, eventually I would want to start my own company, no matter what that looks like. You know, having a foundation in computer science and in mathematics is definitely not going to hurt me. And it's, you know, it's challenging, not because it's like these very difficult to grasp concepts. And, you know, once I grasp a concept, I always get it forever with this math stuff I'm doing, and same with the coding. But it's just figuring out how to do things you've never done before is a hard task, and I haven't forced my brain to do that for a long time, especially in such a linear, logical way like math and science. But I'm really good at it. I absolutely crushed those courses in my youth, and it's just been a long time since I've done it. So yeah, I'm feeling very very tired, you know. This must be what the other kids in math felt back in the day, why they were all exhausted and like bored by it and hated it. But for me, it's addicting because I feel like I'm really good at it. I feel like this is like, honestly, like this 73% course, it would have taken them 6 months to a year to go through all of that material in like junior high. So the fact that I can like go through that in 2 days and nail it is like pretty goddamn satisfying. Yeah, this is really cool. And I'm gonna keep going with the YouTube videos, keep going with computer science, keep going with all the books I'm reading. I'm reading 2 books right now. I finished Red Rising today. I'm gonna do a review for that tomorrow as one of my videos. It was okay. I'm also reading a philosophy book. It's extremely dense. Philosophers and Their Lives. I don't think there even is an author accredited. Tried to find it, I couldn't find one. It's extremely dense. I'm rereading every page like 5 times, and it's still, you know, difficult. I mean, you're trying to cram hundreds of authors into like, you know, 1 page each. Obviously, you're not going to convey information very easily. And then the other book I'm reading is Enshittification. It is an incredible book. I would highly recommend it. It's basically the most crassly written explanation of the problem with emerging monopolies in big tech. And I've learned so much from that book about the way that Amazon raises their prices, the way that they've, you know, for a while, they literally forced merchants to match prices, and then they would give them like a 51% fee to sell on Amazon. So it's like, hey, if you sell your fee for $20 on our store, you can't go and sell it $10 anywhere else. But if you sell it on our store for $20, we're taking 10 from you. So it just like forces them to jack up prices on their own websites, forces them to jack up prices in even retail stores like Walmart, and leads to Amazon's own brands, Amazon Basics, coming in and absolutely destroying the competition. It's very anti-competitive behavior, and it's just written in a really funny way. So I highly recommend, like, anyone out there who's interested, like, look at Khan Academy. If you can motivate it yourself to do it, it's really rewarding. Same with Harvard CS50, and same with just going to your local library like I have and picking up some books. I'm not really into university. That much should be obvious, but you know, if you're trying to become a doctor, I don't recommend just reading a bunch of books. I would not want to get surgery performed on me by somebody who didn't have their medical degree. But I don't see the value of learning as I'm going to get a piece of paper and convince some big man in a suit to give me a job. I think that learning in and of itself is the ends, and materially that will work out somehow. And a book I recently read, Leonardo da Vinci I'm confusing the books because someone in the philosophy book, I'll have to reread it again, was saying that it's a sad end. But I guess Leonardo does kind of fit that character as well. I'm not sure if Walter Isaacson's book explicitly said that, but Da Vinci was certainly the character who didn't really care about going after money, just tried to learn and to create beautiful things, and that is, you know, history remembers him for that. So I'm definitely, you know, naturally inclined to take the same approach, and I'm going to. So yeah,